Story. I keep telling everybody hi.
I know. I'm
Nice
dying to know what it is.
Well, I'm going to tell you. So this bracelet, which I think is the #1 best thing in his line currently, it's gorgeous. It is solid bronze. It looks like solid platinum or solid sterling. It is a sculpted cross toggle bangle. It is thick and weighty. It's gorgeous. And when it was on in February with Robert and I here in PM Style, it sold out. By the way, it comes in these sizes, 6 3/4 inches. I'm wearing 7 1/4, and then there's 8, and the Easy Pay is on your screen a little bit more than $1 a day. I was with you in February when it sold out.
Yeah.
I personally went on wait list at that time. I had been on wait list literally for months. 2 weeks ago, it finally shows up. I had forgotten, frankly. I was on wait list that long. I'm like, why is RLM not cranking these things out? Like, where is my bracelet? It's taking too long. Then, God bless QVC, they sent me the bracelet.
Oh, thank
Except
God.
it was the envelope the bracelet goes in, but when I opened the package,
wasn't in
there
there?
was no bracelet in there.
Oh.
So QVC's awesome. I called, they refunded, they were so sorry. That was my funny story. This bracelet we included in our Soul Speak segment, because I remember when you were here in February and it sold out. It is, you've been on the cover of Time magazine, you are an incredible sculptor. There is such heart and soul to your pieces, and that's why I love them.
Oh, that's sweet.
No, it's
Thank
true.
you. Thank you.
So, yeah, tell everybody.
I get it. I originally designed this in 1981. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a cross collection, and I've done it in so many different permutations, so that it's been a plus sign, a cross, but mostly it's a repeating form that is very calming to wear, because you can just keep pulling it around your wrist and pulling it around. And as you watch the crosses move one after the next, after the next, after the next, there's this hypnotic kind of thing that goes on. And it's been part of the way I've made jewelry for the last 45 years, actually. The concept of repeating shapes in lanky liquid chains around the body are something, I guess I was just born with a need to do that.
It's so great.
You know?
Your forms are always very sculptural and abstract. And I remember when you were on in February and you told a story about, though it obviously is a cross, was there something about holding hands or people holding hands?
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes,
what was that?
Yes,
what was
yes.
that?
That was a vision I had, where all the people in the world would go sort of up in the air and hold hands and become with your head on the people's feet.
Yep.
So that everyone was connected hand to hand and foot to head, so that there was a grid of people
like
that
a
would
fabric.
Completely cover the entire planet.
Yeah, like we are the world.
Fabric,
so
right.
cool.
Yeah.
So cool. It's incredibly weighty. And can you also explain to everyone bronze?
Well, bronze is an alloy. It's an alloy of copper and brass and a certain amount of zinc and various. I mean, I don't have the exact combination for this particular thing, but it is not like silver that it would tarnish, but it looks, when it's polished, just like silver.
Totally.
And we have been doing this now for over 2 years, and we're finding it is so popular. It is so
popular.
People they can't believe it's not silver.
Yep.
And the prices are reflecting that, because
silver's through the roof. It's extraordinary.
and it's just going to climb. Silver's going to climb like gold. It's just going to go way up.
But I also think there's a boldness to this, even though it's not as bold as, say, one of your cuffs or your larger, more couture pieces.
They are.
But I would also say, because we've seen this so much, and I don't know if you've seen it in your couture collection or even in your QVC collection, there seems to be, as of late, this really this heart for and this yearning for spiritual jewelry that tells a story, that inspires, that seems to almost cover us with a shield of protection. And crosses, they really mimic all of that.
Yeah.
So there's a real soul to the cross.
There's a real, it's almost like a rosary bead in a way.
Yep.
The idea of something you can count or something that you can play with that creates a meditative kind of position, an attitude that you have. When you're in a stressful world like we are, our world is getting worse and worse in terms of stress. You need pieces of jewelry that are calming you, that give you comfort. And a lot of people have chosen a cross to wear because it is a symbol of hope. And it is so old. It's such an incredibly old symbol of hope in life. And I also make things that are abstract and feel good, like worry stones. And as long as the jewelry feels good, whether it's slinking around like the bangles I sold earlier in the 7 o'clock show with Amy, that was like liquid silver, it was liquid metal. It gave the same feeling of sexiness, comfort, and it's so much fun to wear. Now, the thing is about this, if you can, getting two and linking the two together is a hoot.
Now, here, I'm going to let you do that with these two. And by the way, I want to remind everybody on sizing. So there's a 6 3/4 inch. That's the most limited. Then the 7 1/4, which I ordered and I wear. That's the kind of monkey in the middle. This is all solid bronze. And then the 8 inch. And it's all of the crosses are thick and girthy and weighty and beautiful. And what Robert is doing is taking two together, connecting them through that stunning toggle, which looks just jewelry grade itself, not anything like a typical closure mechanism. And then he obviously has wrapped it around his wrist, which is spectacular.
There you go.
Spectacular.
See, I used to wear crosses, silver crosses, wrapped around about 5 or 6 times.
Oh, really?
So that was my look for a long time. And then I'd take it all off and I'd wear it around my neck, really long. And that became, Janet Jackson had it. So many celebrities were getting into my crosses because it was kind of like every guy in every hairdressing salon had the crosses on. It was a national trend in the 80s. And it sort of still is.
I think it's the most beautiful piece to date. My certainly favorite in his collection. And because it was on in February and sold out and we have not been able to get them back until now, I would just say, what an incredible opportunity for a gift to someone needing that dose of hope, to someone needing that uplift or a guardian angel, to someone needing that kind of shield of protection. Or frankly, because I was just thinking about this the other day, hope, that grasp of hope, because I can't imagine how we really would survive without it. If you're not hoping for whatever that thing is, that healing or that deliverance or that victory or whatever, my gosh, that's a hopeless journey.
So no, this is cheerful. It really lifts your spirits. And I just want to point out something that's very new about this bracelet. It's 3D. The front and the back are both curved. There's not like a flat side and a Bombay side. It's a full-bodied cross that is so substantial, and it's got an incredible weight to it.
The weight is probably my next to the cross symbolism favorite thing.
The fact that you're having something on your wrist that's got this kind of, integrity is really important. It's really important.
The toggle is so special. The toggle is so sculptural. Robert's showing it to you right now. And then also that little charm that hangs from there that says RLM. Robert has really collaborated with and partnered with the likes of Kevin Kline and Donna Karan for countless projects, runway shows, collections with his jewelry. He truly is legend in his field. I'll never forget the day I worked with you and you shared with everybody and me by way of that limited edition Andy Warhol collection that you and Andy were good friends.
Right.
So, the stories here and the talent here and the heart and soul here. He's got a show coming up at 6 a.m. on Sunday. So definitely he's not here at QVC that often. And I would highly recommend. Comes gift boxed. I got mine 6 3/4, again, the most limited, 7 1/4. And then 8 inches, and it's all done in sculpted solid white bronze.
See, this is something that I would wear. This is
a man could totally wear this.
Exactly. This is not strictly a lady's bracelet. It's got a shape to it that is so
it's great.
masculine as well as feminine. It's neither. It's just a cool looking bracelet.
And I do like the density and the
Yeah,
thickness
yeah.
and the beefiness of the crosses.
Well, this is pure, iconic Robert Lee Morris, as
Yeah.
far as I know. I mean, that's
Totally.
that would, if people say, "What is your work like?" and I just lifted up my wrist and this says it all.
Yeah.
Right.
When you are getting ready to sit down, does it begin with a sketch for you? Like, how does this process start?
I spend some days doing nothing but sketching, pad after
Really?
pad after pad.
Pencil, what? Is it
Pencil, but with fine black marker, and then I bring in shading, and I create these beautiful little drawings.
Wow.
And then I go to work. I just start making things. And as soon as I get my hands on the materials, things start to form in my hands because it's hands-on work.
Yeah.
And there's nothing quite like it. I mean, to have, tools and materials right in front of me all these years has been what has created such a different kind of jewelry look.
I read the coolest quote once. Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo and those great, those incredible famed artists, and this idea of, instead of creating something, that they were actually just releasing what was already in the
yeah.
material,
Yeah.
right? So like
Right.
with the David, well, I
Right.
didn't create it, I just took away what was
What
not
was-
supposed to be
exactly,
there.
yeah.
Which I feel so much about your pieces.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Easy Pay is there. I think it's an extraordinary time of year to be gifting uplifting pieces of jewelry like this.
Absolutely.
And so 1,000 almost spoken for, and nearly